All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We got another interesting week ahead of us. NZD/USD. Right now, the daily time frame, we're extremely bearish. This is the lower high. This is the lower low. And as of right now, this is bearish because of this lower high and this lower low, not this lower high or this lower low. This is actually just a very strong bearish confirmation within the lower high and the lower low. We rejected this area of interest very strongly and very nicely along with the EMA. Now we are potentially almost creating like a right shoulder, literally a right shoulder to reject under this previous structure level. How we've done here in the past, we've literally broken through this area, retested it, and then sold off. That's exactly what I'm anticipating to happen here. The 4-hour time frame, we're having a very clean 4-hour head and shoulders. The 4-hour is bearish. This is the lower high. This is the lower low. This is just to pull back into the area of interest and reject the area of interest along with the EMA, how we've done here. Now we got to be on the lookout because we did this last time, literally broke below, retested and had the engulfing, and we didn't. So this area is not as respected as you would expect. You see here we broke below once, we came back through and we just completely violated and we didn't respect it. We did it here once again, and we've done it here multiple times. Just because you have a rejection from this area of interest doesn't mean that it's ready to enter. So I'm going to wait for a bit more confirmation, and I want the market to show me its hand first by having a bit more of a push down. Even if I get a little bit of a worse entry, that's fine. All I got to do is just make sure that my risk to reward makes sense, and then my stop loss anywhere from 10 to 15 pips above this wick over here. So if this is 13 pips right here, I have to put it around 20, 23 pips. And then my take profit, I'm going to aim for it to be somewhere around here in the lows for a quick 1 to 2. So that's NZD/USD. We have Euro GBP, which we have been waiting for this trade to come back up into this area of interest for us to sell. Price has not come back up into this area of interest. So as of right now, we're kind of just waiting for the market to do that. As of right now, we're literally just setting and forgetting until that happens. USD CAD, waiting for this to make it back into this area of interest. We actually took this trade last week. We got wicked out and it went into some profit. But not our final take profit. We're gonna wait for it to come back and potentially retest this area of interest to then buy. It's a very clean trade along with very strong bullish moves. And NZD CAD is probably one of my favorite by far. And as of right now, we are creating the perfect left head, right shoulder. And I'm seeing that this is the potential perfect area for it to have the break of the neckline of the head and shoulders to then have the retest and sell. So I'm not gonna do anything until we don't have that break and retest confirmation in order for us to sell of this neckline of the head and shoulders. And Euro JPY, not that interested right now. So keep you guys updated, and we'll come back in a couple of hours. All right, boys, market update. So this is how we're looking on NZD/USD. Beautiful push confirmation from the area, exactly how we explained it. Sucks a little bit because I got a worse entry than I wanted to. I knew I should have waited for this wick pullback. So I told you guys as soon as we had this 4-hour bearish candlestick engulfing, evening star formation, rejection from the EMA and this area of interest, that I want to wait for the market to show me its hand first. And that's what it did. So we had the continuation push. So then here when I entered on off of this, I probably have worse entries because of like spread, but I always like to base it off of trading view. So I was gonna wait for this wick retracing, but I didn't. So I just entered off of this confirmation here, and I mean, it is what it is, right? Not the best entry that I wanted to have, but all I really care about is overall direction. If this 4-hour candlestick closes below the structure point, I then anticipate for it to have a small retracement and then continue pushing to the downside. But it is a very, very clean trade as of right now. The daily closes like this, we have very strong push to the downside as well. 4-hour time frame, just very solid. Everything just looks very clean. So moving very nicely. Euro GBP, we're on our way to the area of interest. USD CAD had a reaction from this area. They don't really care about this one. NZD CAD still waiting for the break and retest below. And Euro JPY, nothing. So NZD USD for now, we're gonna set and forget. So put a little marker just so we know exactly where we last did our previous update. So check back in a couple hours. By the way, that was only like an hour ago. Well, this is why you have to fucking set and fucking forget. The last time we did an update, it was here. It's having the retracement seems to be on the 30-minute time frame. So the 30-minute time frame looks like it's going to create this very clean lower high, which honestly, it's even better. I would much rather for this to close with a strong doji like this And people will be like, wait, why? Doesn't that mean that it's rejecting it? Not necessarily. It means that the lower time frames are creating that structured pullback, and then the next candlestick on the higher time frame will fill. So it's going to be more of an aggressive push in that direction. But a little bit of a red flag. Last time that we were here, we did the exact same break, retest, very strong bearish engulfing, and then guess what happened? We completely reversed. So there's a probability of that happening here, because last time we came here and rejected, we reversed. We rejected, we reversed. Now, you know what they say, third time's a charm. I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen here, but I'm gonna, see what goes down. All we gotta do is just set and forget. Whenever I enter a trade, I commit to the trade. I don't ever enter a trade and then get out of it before it either hitting my stop loss or my take profit. Very rarely. There's obviously a 2-3% chance. I mean, 1 out of every 20 trades that I do that, but it's not what I like to do. Whenever I enter a trade, I made a decision that my mind is 100% convinced that this trade is going to go in one direction versus the other. I've done all of the proper top-down analysis. I have done absolutely everything that I need to feel comfortable risking $100,000 behind this trade. When I entered this trade, I was on a nonchalant approach, and the decision that I made was based off of probability and my strategy being made. Now, as soon as you click that buy and sell button, you start thinking different, because now you're like, now it's real. Now the money could actually get lost. You saw some profits, now you saw some red, and then your mind starts to change. And I don't let that affect my decision at the point when I took the trade, because I trust myself. I know when I take the trade, I know what state of mind I was in to take it. I know that I did the proper analysis to go ahead and execute that trade to the best of my ability. So there is no reason why I should fuck with the trade if it doesn't hit my stop loss or it doesn't hit my take profit. If you do, then you simply weren't ready to go ahead and execute that trade when you did. So for me, we're just gonna keep setting and forgetting. So we'll update you guys in a little bit. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Market update. Right now we are a little bit in profit in our NZD USD trade. So we literally had the exact retracement, exactly how I anticipated. We rejected from this high, creating that right shoulder exactly how I anticipated. Beautiful daily bearish push to the downside. It's like a left head right shoulder, and then there's a left head right shoulder within the right shoulder. I love that. So far it's moving pretty decent. I would love if this daily time frame can close with a very strong bearish candlestick. We have about 6 hours left in this candlestick, so let's see how that does. The 4-hour time frame is still needing to break below this structure point to give us that confirmation that we're going to have the push to the downside. So I'm going to put my alarm down here to let me know once and if we actually decide to do that. And on the 1 hour is looking pretty decent, because this is the 1 hour lower high over here. This is the 1 hour lower low. And same exact thing. If the 4-hour body closes below this, we create a new 1 hour lower low. And it's just going to be all bearish to the downside from this point. It pretty much should just be a free run to take profit zone. I wish I would have had a higher TP with a better risk to reward, because I could see it reacting above this area, not making it all the way to my take profit. But let's see how that goes. Euro GBP just made it to the area of interest. We just got the alarm. So I'm going to be waiting for some entry signals to enter around this area. Some decent, like bearish engulfing candlesticks like this. I'm going to be interested in selling here. USD CAD. Wow. Yeah, we got fucking diddied over here, dude. Look at this bullshit. Literally wicked this out by 3 pips, and now fly started take profit for a 1 to 4. You can't make this shit up, bro. It is what it is. NZD CAD right now is perfectly cooking up the perfect left head right shoulder, having that bearish engulfing candlestick right now from this area, and now it's just having a reaction above this area of interest. Ever since the market's traded from Biden to Trump, what I've realized is that the markets are just not respecting the head and shoulders at the right shoulder as it should. Before, as soon as you get that right shoulder to form, I would sell off of that right shoulder and anticipate the break of the neckline. Now, I can't do that. I gotta wait for the break and retest, because it just doesn't respect it the same as before. So I'm waiting for that extra confirmation. It's what you should do actually, but before I was just more of a degen trader, and I would just take it right at that right shoulder. And if I would have taken it here, I would be in some drawdown. But the right thing to do is at that break of that neckline. So let's wait for that to cook up. And Euro, JPY, nothing. So let's just keep setting and forgetting. NZD, USD. We'll check back in a couple hours. All right. A little update. Oh no. Tell me, I hope I'm fucking up. All right, so market update. We are up around $88,000 right now. So this is our trade right here. You can see we're up 88 grand. It's funny because my screen is still broken and I'm up 100 grand on this one trade right here. So definitely broke below the structure point right here. We're moving very nicely, having a very clean push to the downside. And yeah, set and fucking forget. That's pretty much it. This market hasn't rejected as much as I want to. This is just absolutely ridiculous. And NZD USD is having a break and retest. So we're going to wait for that. So for now, let's see how the daily closes and we'll come back. We'll update you guys. It's a very strong movement. So let's wait. All right, boys, a little bit of a market update. So I spent pretty much all day just in meetings, worked out a little bit. And this is how the market's looking right now. So very clean continuation push to the downside. We have stopped at this very strong level of support, exactly how we anticipated. Right now we are up a solid, let me show you guys this. Right now we are up about $123,000. Oh, you guys cannot see that. We're up $124,000 as of right now on NZD USD. I'm not gonna lie, I went a little bit low risk like a fucking bitch. I should have gone a bit more high risk, and it is what it is. Usually I risk anywhere from like 100 to 150. On this trade I went around like 70, 60, 75. And I like that the fact that they had this strong bearish engulfing candlestick, but clearly that doesn't really mean much when price reaches this area, because you can have a strong rejection from this level plus a strong bearish engulfing candlestick, and then the next move just be a massive push up. And this market was bearish when it did this move here. Same exact thing here. You can have I'm talking about this astronomical bearish pin bar rejection from this area, reach this point, and then have a push up. Same thing here, very strong bearish candlestick into this area, then have a push up. So exact same thing, strong bearish push up, and so like it's a pattern that has happened here. I personally believe that this is the move that will break through that. And if this is the move that breaks through that, boys, we're talking about massive downside potential from this here. Like this is literally gonna be massive. Is it worth the risk? I don't know, because I gotta be realistic with myself, right? Because here we have a massive left head, right shoulder, we broke, we retested the neckline. Like I see this having a just continuation push to the downside, but I don't know if it'll happen this week. Maybe it'll. I mean, it is only Tuesday. We still have a whole entire week ahead of us. What I do know is this: if it does have the breakthrough to this area, obviously we're gonna catch much more risk to reward. Let's say we're up a 1 to 3, right? 1 to 4, right? Which is awesome. But I do know that if it does have that very strong weekly bearish engulfing candlestick, we can have a pretty big retracement to then sell. Exactly how we did here. Very strong breakthrough to this area. Then we come back, retest it, and then we sell. Like I'm not too concerned about missing out on money on this trade, because I know it'll make it. If it's not now, it'll make it down here. So like let's say I close right here and then it does end up having the full push. Will it suck? Yes, obviously, because I missed out essentially on free money. But I could very easily catch these sells once it does have that pullback. The pullback of that happening is very high. I'm just gonna keep my eye on it right now. I'm very confident on my analysis. I don't like that we are at this level when previously it's obviously reacted from it. I'm just gonna keep my eye on it. If right now on the 30-minute time frame we break above this structure point right here, I'm probably just gonna get out of it there and just call it a trade and just not even look back. And if it does somehow pull back up into this area, then I'm just gonna be looking to enter new positions on it to sell. But yeah, if it breaks above that structure point, I'm just gonna take my profits and run. If it keeps going down, I'm gonna keep holding. So I'm gonna keep monitoring this trade live as it goes, because this can be a really big banger trade. So I want to make sure that I'm on the lookout for it. Euro GBP, on the other hand, right now, the daily time frame has had a very clean rejection from this area. The weekly time frame didn't quite make it up to this area of interest how I wanted to, even though this area of interest, I could technically squeeze it up and make it a little bit higher, or I could also make it a little bit lower. I can make it something like this. On the daily time frame, we have had this pullback, and we have had this bit of a rejection. Not my favorite. It just because if I enter the trade here and I put my stop loss somewhere around here, so let's say this is 15 pips, let's say we make it at 25 pips, and the next point where the market will potentially have a reaction can easily be this structure point right here. Structure point from this right here will be a 1 to 2.5. Not a terrible trade, but I do see some type of odds of this just coming in here and giving it a better rejection before actually having a push. This is a perfect example right here. Price actually came into this area and then it rejected, and even though it did come back, same thing here, it did these little minor wick rejection, but then it actually brought some full body candlesticks in there. So I'm just trying to avoid some unnecessary drawdown or a potential wick out. We are bearish. This is the lower high, this is the lower low. We have had a very clean shift of structure. If we can break and retest this little head and shoulders right here, I'm gonna take this trade clean. If we break it clean, I'm gonna take this trade. I'm gonna wait for this to have a very clean break, a clean retest, and then I'm gonna be interested in taking this trade to the downside, because I believe if it does that, it will continue to have the push. I believe if it doesn't do that, then it's just going to have a full push back up into here and then create a proper body structure rejection from this area. Because if we look at this for the market structure for what it is, the market structure technically hasn't made it into the area of interest. You notice the structure is not there. Structure is always the bodies, never the wicks, and the bodies haven't made there. It's only been the wicks. So for now, damn, that's crazy. You guys see this right here? These are notes from 2022 that I put here on TradingView. Monthly bullish on June 20th. So that is literally 3 years ago. Jesus. I've been doing this for a long fucking time. And some people on their first week, they want to quit. Isn't that crazy? USD CAD. Look at that. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. A round of applause. USD CAD wicked us out and flew to our take profit for a 1 to 4. Wow. We got fucking diddied straight diddled the fuck out of us here. I can't believe it. I'm totally lying. I totally believe it. I saw it. I didn't see it coming, but it is what it is. As soon as I got waked out, I'm like, oh, there it goes. It's gonna go straight to my take profit now. I had to do that in order to go to my take profit. Beautiful trade. I'll take this 10 out of 10 times. A lot of people are always focused on how to avoiding these wickouts, and these wickouts are inevitable. The only way to avoid these wickouts are very easy, ladies and gentlemen. You want to avoid a wickout? Don't trade. That's all I can say. If you're scared of getting wicked out in the markets, don't even get involved. When you get to the market, you're prone to the risk and you're also exposed to the reward. If you want the reward, you simply have to be ready to take the risk. Sometimes it's bullshit. Yes, trust me, it is. It's part of the game. But you know what isn't bullshit? That you forget to place a take profit, and instead of it being a 1 to 2, it goes to a 1 to 7. That's happened to me before, and I don't know about you, but I don't complain in those scenarios. About free money, right? But I get it. Some people want to only focus on the negative aspect of trading, which are wickouts like this, but never realize the reward and the positive exposure that you're put out there when you actually take these trades. So just put those things into perspective when you actually go execute a trade. Yes, can you get wicked out? Yes. Is it avoidable? Yes. Don't take the trade. Simple. So USD CAD, very clean trade for now. I'm not interested. NZD CAD, right now we are cooking up the perfect left head, right shoulder, waiting for this break and retest of this neckline. Daily has had a very strong bearish pin bar, currently accumulating at this area, and there's not really much that we can do other than just set and forget. I'm gonna put an alarm here at the neckline to let me know once and if it does break it, but yeah, I can't really take a trade until it doesn't do that. And Euro JPY, looks like it's having the move, but I'm not really that interested in it. For now, NZD USD is our priority, Euro GBP, and NZD CAD. So it's only Tuesday. We're already up $120,000. And I can see another trade. A lot of people think that, oh, swing trading, day trading is hard. It's not. It's actually super easy because when you're taking trades that have high probability trade setups, you know, they tend to take their time to move in their direction. For me, holding a trade anywhere for 2 to 3 days is a lot more logical if the probabilities are there rather than scalpers that they want to enter in and out of a trade in an hour and know if they won or if they lost. Well, you're probably going to lose more because the odds of a trade getting waked out on the lower time frame is a lot higher compared to the higher time frame. People are always trading the lower time frames for whatever reason because they want the trades to be fast, but that's never going to lead them to be profitable. I don't know. I'm just ranting at this point. Let's check back in a couple of hours for London session and let's see what happens. Oh my. What the fuck? Oh my God. Yo, what the fuck? Bro, what the fuck? We are up right now. Yo, you can't make this shit up. Bro, we are now up $330,000 off the same fucking trade. Oh my God. Yo, I was literally gonna, I just got out the shower and I was like, yo, let me go back and do the trade update. Saying that, all right, for London session, I'm just gonna decide to continue to hold. Holy fuck. Oh my God. Oh, what the fuck is going on? Yo, NZD CAD, we were waiting for the break and reaches in the neckline. Oh my God, bro, we had the whole move already. Oh my God. Yo, what happened? Was there some news? What the fuck? 10 p.m. What the fuck? I mean, ladies and gentlemen, trade update. We're fucking lit. Yo, we're up $340,000. You can't make this shit up. You guys have seen the whole entire process of this trade. Oh, I'm buying some crazy shit. That's it. I'm buying it. I'm gonna buy another Bugatti. I gotta do something, bro. I just made a $350,000. Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that for you is a fucking perfect example. Yo, hold on. I gotta. Yo, I'm gonna put this shit on Twitter right now. All the haters are gonna fucking hate this shit. Oh, bro, I'm literally in shock. I'm in shock right now. I'm in shock. I did not expect this going to sleep right now. I was literally gonna go to bed early to wake up early. Bro, this is insane. Alright, I'm gonna focus. Ladies and gentlemen, market update, NZD USD, take profit fully officially fucking hit. I am definitely gonna close this. It could still continue to go down, but I will be closing this in the next 30-40 minutes. I have no intention to continue to hold this. It's gone way past my take profit and I am not going to be greedy. I am gonna know exactly, I know exactly what I'm doing here, right? I'm gonna just take my profits and close it out. Where I'm more than a 1 to 2, this is a situation where you cannot get greedy. Let me post all this shit on social media real quick and I'll be right back. All right, give me a second. All right, boys. Update. So I officially closed the trade right now. So we closed the trade at... Jesus. We closed the trade at $396,000 in profit. Can you guys see that right there? $349,000 in profit. Sorry, can't forget that. Bro, fucking this motherfucker, man. Hi, you think I see you? Come here, you motherfucker. Yeah. Fuck with me, all right? Fuck with me one more time. You're gonna see what the fuck goes down, all right? Fucking motherfucker. But on a serious note, this is an absolute phenomenon of a trade. This is a beautiful, a perfect trade setup. Cannot ask for more. I literally closed right at the bottom here at a 1 to 5 risk to reward. Do I think this is going to continue to go down? Yes, but wow, that was a great trade. I am going to be honest, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not trying to trade for the rest of the week. I'm good. I'm literally good. This is insane. This is insane. This is insane. Wow. So all I can say, ladies and gentlemen, at this point is I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Trades like these are the ones that turn a somewhat profitable month into a very profitable month. You can't anticipate for 1 to 5 risk reward trades to come. You can't anticipate for massive moves like this. All you could anticipate is how you're going to react when the market gets to your 1 to 2 risk to reward profit, how mine was, and then you make the decision to determine if you want to continue to hold or not. That is the only thing you can anticipate. That is the only thing you can prepare for. You cannot prepare for anything else. That is the only thing you need to focus on as a trader. What you're going to do when it comes to decision making when the market gets to a position like the one that it just did right now. Are you going to decide to hold or are you going to decide to close? Now, regardless of the outcome, let's say if I did close this position at that point right there, and this market did this 1 second after I closed it, would I have been mad? Of course, right? I'm human. But you know what I would have done? I would have gone back to sleep and then I would have just pretended like it never happened the next day. 90% of you guys would be dreading on those profits for weeks, months, and that what it does is that it gives you this constant negative energy approaching the market, and it will no matter what affect your decision to the next trade. And that is what you need to control. That is what you need to master. How you're going to react based off the decision that you make. Because if I decided to close that position, I need to be okay with the outcome, whether it went back to break even or whether it did what it did. And if I decided to hold and now I reap the benefits of taking that risk, now I have to be ready to control my emotions. I have to be ready and say, you know what, I'm done for the week. Or if the next trade that I'm going to take, is it a logical trade idea or am I just making an impulsive move because I just made a lot of money and I want to make more money? If you notice, the first thing I said as soon as I got back on here is I'm done trading for the week. Because I know myself. I know that now I feel like the shit and I want to go make another 300 and close off at $1 million week. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm not prepared for that. Those weren't my intentions for this week. My intentions for this week were 200 max. And I surpassed that. So I know myself and I stay true to my plan and my rules. And that's why I'm at the position where I am. And that's probably the best piece of advice that I can give you right now. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this live, this new channel that I have. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. I have my community where I share all of these trades with them. Basically live breakdowns, how I'm doing with you right now. I do this with them privately. I do a Zoom call every other day with them. It's a one-on-one thing. It's only for a very limited amount of people. Not anybody can just join my community anymore. It's closed. It's not open. Like for you to join my community, you have to enter on a call with one of my team members. You have to fill out an application and see if you can actually qualify. Because truthfully, the way it was before, there was just a bunch of people that were just not respecting my time and they just wanted to get rich overnight. And I'm not here to tell you you're going to get rich overnight. I'm here to tell you that I'm going to teach you exactly when to enter a trade and when to not. And over time, if you properly execute and manage yourself, you will simply have an edge over the market and you're going to make money. It's just simply how it works. So the link is in the description for that if you guys want to join my community. We accept some people occasionally. Just depends what one of my team members say based off of your application. So make sure you guys hit that link in the description below. And all I can say is if this video gets a lot of comments, I will be doing another one like this, recording the trades live. This is very educational in my opinion. I think that you guys can really get like a vibe for everything that is going on live in the markets, how I react to the decision making. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you boys in the next one and make sure to set and forget.